We're live. Just hang on. I gotta find a button here. Yeah, brainiacs. Breeze. All over this great planet. Dirt. What is going on, everybody? Yeah. I'm excited for tonight and about tonight. I've been waiting for this day for a very, very long time. You see, tonight we're going to be joined by a good friend I've known for quite some time, Mr. Gunnar Hiptmair from Austria. I've known Gunnar for quite some time. He and I both have done some online digging, online researching on megalithic structures, megalithic stones, you name it. Not just in Austria, not just here in Akron, Ohio, or just in Ohio, but I'm talking all over the globe, all over the planet. Well, Gunnar here has went from being just an everyday digger researcher on his own to now an adventure seeker as well as a guide. He hosts adventures there in Austria, and we'll talk about this here in a little bit. But he'll also talk to you about what he calls the Sea of Stones. Gunnar come across this at a very young age. He's been around this Sea of Stones for quite some time, so we're going to dig into that. Let him explain what the hell he thinks it is. I think I know what I think it is, but well, Gunnar's probably got his own spin on this. Nevertheless, brainiacs, buckle up. Let's get involved with this. Again, when ancient stones speak. Crank it up, brainiacs. Share this broadcast. Share this podcast.
What do you say, brainiacs? You guys ready? It's time. It's showtime, brains. That's right. It's Matrix time. And it's go time. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's go. We're going to talk about ufology, conspiracy, controversy, and anything and everything that we can get into tonight. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Get up, right yet? Yeah. It's definitely your show. Your show, and we appreciate you for being here. Buckle up, everybody.
Yeah, brainiacs, welcome aboard. No doubt about it, my friends. Let's go over to Brain Chat. Check it out, brains. Look who's below me, Mr. Gunnar Hiptmair. My God, dude. I have been wanting to do this show with you for, I don't know, how long? You say it. How long?
I don't remember, Matt, when we first started talking about this.
It's been
years.
It's been years. It has been years. So how's Gunnar doing? You doing all right over there in Austria?
Oh yeah, I'm doing fine, really fine right now. Since also stuff around my research turned into a really nice direction.
What have
you
been doing? Have you been doing like mainly the adventures, or have you been doing actual research around the globe here? First of all, let's tell everybody about you. We're Gunnar. Who in the hell's Gunnar Hiptmair?
So yeah, I'm actually quite a normal guy, to say. I learned cook and waiter in first place, and I have an education in agriculture also. This is actually where I came from, but what always drove me was my curiosity about things, and now it's 25 years ago since I started looking behind the curtain, let's say, in this little bit weird world. Yeah, and now it's about 15 years ago that I really started researching stuff into ancient past of Europe, because I stumbled over some rock structures on one of my field trips. Actually was running away from the real life back then, and I escaped. I took my dog and I just went into the forest for several weeks, and this is actually when I found this place, which is called Sea of Stones. This is situated on the borderline from between Austria, Germany, and the Czech Republic. So we are actually talking about the center of Europe. And since then, I really started looking deeper into ancient history, which is, let's say, not documented, or which whoever they is, don't want us to know about. You can see that we have many ancient cultures all around the globe. Wherever you look, you can take North America, South America, Africa. You can take every single piece of our planet. Everywhere you find old cultures. It just seems that Europe was, like they say, always covered with ice, glaciers, and nothing happened there. It's just not true. And especially since a few years now, it's not just me. There are many private researchers finding incredible stuff and documenting this, taking pictures, videos, making presentations, and there's really lots of stuff going on. And we know already that this is not true, that there was no ancient culture in Europe. And this, I can't even say how far this stretches back. I'm not so stepping so deep into time datings, because most of the time we can't really prove it. But we're at least talking about megalithic structures, which you can also see in Russia and Siberia, for example. Or when I talk about your country, Montana, you might know Julie Ryder and her stuff, Montana megaliths.
Mm-hmm.
There's really lots of stuff going on.
The Montana megaliths are amazing.
Yeah.
They indeed are amazing. They are in the category of megalithic structures. They truly are, because they're megalithic stones placed they're just placed strategically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're hands down, dude. They are indeed on that scape of megalithic, air quotes, structures. Undeniable. The Montana megaliths. Yeah. Talk about this, about the Sea of Stones, though. You sent me pictures. You and I both, you sent me pictures of like just pictures, and you're like, help me find key cuts, help me find stones, like the stones that are like cut weird. And we both have done that. You've done it, I've done it with you. We've shared these things back and forth for years, and I gotta admit, the Sea of Stones is really, really quite unique. Okay, you know that. It's almost to what?
Yeah, it is not so unique anymore. What in regards of what we know now, but it's very important and very interesting place here in the center of Europe. Especially when it comes to this ley line stories, energy grid system of the planet. This is what we also know from many other ancient sites, that important places are always connected on this energy grid.
Right.
And you can find lots of documentation meanwhile. And if you take a look at these things, you can see that these locations are all lined up along this kind of energy line.
Ley lines.
And in my case, the ley lines. Yeah.
Now, why do you think that? Why do you think that is significant? Your own self, because we've heard many stories.
I think this is significant because it's also undeniable that there are energy streams, telluric energy streams running in several directions all around the globe, and there is a connection to especially pyramids, I would say, and in our case, in many other cases, also megalithic structures or stone structures. Most of the time they contain lots of quartz crystal, and today you can also have a look into the qualities of quartz, the properties, what you can do with it, what you can use it for, and still we need to find out more. But these places where these ancient sites are situated are, I would say, like acupuncture points of our planet, because also this is how the energy grid connects to the outside, to space, maybe to other planets, maybe to other galaxies. We don't know enough about this, and at least I admit when I would say we don't know it exactly. There are so many researchers always saying, yeah, we know, we found this and this. There are so many things we don't really know yet.
Well, Gunnar, when it comes to the Sea of Stones, what kind of research have you done? And describe. I can talk about it, but I've not been there. I've not. You sent me pictures of it, hundreds of pictures. But describe exactly what the Sea of Stones is, in whenever we talk about it. What exactly are we talking about?
The Sea of Stones is situated on a mountain, which is called Mount Blöckenstein. The altitude is around 1,300 meters above sea level, so it's not one of the highest mountains, not even here in Austria. But in this area we actually don't have so many mountains, because this is a little bit more going towards the Alps, where you have these limestone mountains. They are really bigger, they look different. But in this area it's actually the highest point in this area between these three countries. And again, what's very important for me, it contains lots of quartz. We are talking about granite. In my home area, everything is granite out there, or similar stones. And this is necessary also when later we will come to this topic of the resonance chambers and some underground facilities we also have here a lot. really we found many things, or many things were found throughout the last 100 plus years, and it's a very highly energetical place. This is also something you can feel. We might have to watch some pictures because you can't describe what's going on this Mount Blöckenstein. You can find all these things other ancient sites also have. You can find these places for, let's say, the female energy, or what we would call a moon temple. You can find the sun temple remaining things, and you can also see the center of the Sea of Stones, which even from afar looks, at least to me, like a collapsed megalithic building, but it was huge. When you just take a
Right.
look at this amount of stones and everything, uh, it was incredibly big. I just don't know what really happened there. What the specialty in the Sea of Stones itself is that the quality of the stone there is something you don't find in the rest of my homeland. This is the stone itself is unique from the quality, from the material. And when you take a look at some of the pictures or videos, you can also see that there are still forms of some of these rocks, which we know from other areas looking like megalithic parts and walls. Like you can see in South America, there's polygonal structures and stuff like this. It just doesn't look natural. This was actually also why I started investigating this, because I found so many things which are not looking natural.
No, man.
Today it's easier.
It looks like a bomb went off over there in the middle of a megalith. Honest to God, if you ask my point of view, it looks like I'm gonna try to go through your pictures here and find where to where I can show everybody here on the broadcast. But to me, it looks as if it was a megalithic site, okay, and a massive ass cataclysm happened, or a damn bomb went off and just blew stone everywhere. Because there's not one. The stones ain't really. I mean, they're huge. They're big stones, huge stones. But it's like they're just scattered all over the damn hillside, like as if someone just like literally blew the building up, right?
Yeah, it looks like this, and especially for the Sea of Stones area itself, it doesn't even look like blown up. It just looks collapsed,
Scattered,
Especially
if you will.
You're scattered, if you will, but this is more this stuff around the Sea of Stones area. Inside the Sea of Stones, it's different. Maybe you can find some of the pictures.
I'm gonna try.
Stop here. Take this one in the middle.
There we go.
With
Let
the forest.
me share it with everybody. What I'm looking at. There we go. I'll just click on one and you can describe it to what we're looking at here, Gunnar. This picture here, and we'll just go through there. These are massive ass stones. There you go.
This piece here is actually even a little bit further away from the Sea of Stones. But
Okay.
this is also the point, in my area, almost on every hilltop, you can find very interesting looking structures. With this, like you see now, rectangular shapes and stuff. And, it looks like some other structures we know from around the world. Just here, everything is collapsed and destroyed.
But see, Gunnar,
There
it
were
looks
many.
it looks as if these stones were just they like Lego blocks, or or we're playing Tetris. It looks like they just
something
fit
like this.
together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. These and this is outside of the Sea of Stones.
Yeah, this is not direct in the center. You would
Okay.
not. We would need to find other pictures, which is because this is also the total different stone quality.
Okay.
This is actually from the forests here around in my area. This is, but you can see this on you see the Danube even here in the background
Right.
down in the valley. This is where I'm living actually, above
Okay.
the Danube. And yeah, this is every area here is part of a really huge uh, area which was inhabited and reshaped and stuff. We're also talking about petrified wood in several different forms and lots of stuff placed upon it. This is you just find these things, you stumble over this in our forests,
This stone right here.
stones like this.
Look,
Yeah.
look. If you look, now this is this again, everybody. This is the kind of shit that he'll send me. He's like, check this out, because this is to me an anomaly. Okay, this stone structure that you're looking at right here. Look at the to me, Gunnar. I'm looking at a stone that is not by nature formed. That little cut right there. You see the like angle, right, of the cut.
hmm
To me, that is not a natural formation. Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Especially
So
when you know this type of stone. Sometimes they say, "Yo, it breaks this way,"
right,
but actually it doesn't.
no,
It doesn't.
no, it does not. Stones, no. Now there's another one. Here's another one that where you can see the indentation of the stone, and it looks like, you know what I'm saying? It looks, I don't know, like beveled out, if that's a word. Beveled, yeah, beveled. You see what I'm saying? It looks beveled out. And again, this is part of the Sea of Stones, right? On an outskirts.
Yeah, it is. But you need the Sea of Stones is a very specific area. But
Okay.
this is all connected area. Yes, this is
Okay.
all around.
Let's go back. I'm going to go back
Like
to
I
this
said, it's
stone right here. I'm going to go to this one. And again, whenever I said Tetris, this is the stuff Gunnar would send me. He's like, check this out, because he knows that I love this stuff. So here's what I mean by Tetris. Looking at this picture, this break right in the very middle of your screen. Everybody knows that what you're looking at is not a normal break. Okay, breaks do not go horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. Okay, it just doesn't happen like that. Okay, so whenever Gunnar does his research, is digging it, these are the things that we look for whenever we, even me, look for an anomaly of within these stone structures, and Gunnar just happens to have stumbled upon a magnificent amount of stones, and this is what we see. Gunnar, I tell you what, man, I'm going to continue to scroll through here, and I'm going to try to find the actual pictures of the Sea of Stones. There's Tanya. There's the love of your life right there. Try to find some Gunnar. Where would they be? Because you're locked up. You're moving around and you're locked up.
Are you still here?
Yeah, but you're locking up.
Okay.
You're locking up on me. Where would I find the Sea of Stones pictures?
Stop here.
Okay.
Yeah, this one, for example.
Right here.
Exactly. This is
Okay.
where you can see it from afar.
All right. Hang on a second. There we go. Now, this is what I mean by the stones are just blasted all over the hill. To me, it would be honestly, Gunnar. I look at this and I see cataclysmic event or man-made destruction, bro. That's what I see.
Yeah.
Now, are any of these stones, whatsoever, have any of these stones been analyzed? Have you actually had any of them like really, really, because what Gunnar says and Matthew says is just shit. Okay, academiology just looks at what we saying. They're like, psh, and they just brush it right off because who are me and you? We ain't really anybody. You know what I'm saying? Have you had anybody really, really look at the structures?
Yeah, we even analyzed some things, and if you talk in geological terms, we are talking about syenite, granite, diorite. It's
Okay.
always a different type of stone. Interesting is also that the quality of the stones you find on the surface is not the same as you would find in the bedrock below. So this also seems like these structures are placed upon something different.
Right.
They explain some things to us officially that this would be stone which is like from magmatic stones which came from deep underground. And this is not true. Even on these places, if you would go deeper, you would just find completely different bedrock. Actually, we are talking about petrified wood from
Right.
these really big ancient trees we heard about. It's like every little hill in my area is a tree stem, an old one. The quality of the stone is quite different than whatever you can find on top. And there was some analysis done about what's inside of these stones, but this is almost all the time the same material. We're talking about feldspar, we were talking about quartz, and things like this, just in a different mix. Also in this diorite, you have different other crystals inside, but most of the stuff is like plagioclase and quartz in different forms, different colors even.
Mm-hmm.
And again, especially the quality of stones in the stone fields, in the sea of stones, is really unique. I didn't find this actually anywhere else in our forests. Also not like a quarry. I don't find a place where they could harvest this stone, quarry this stone to build these structures. So in this case, I also tend to think that we are talking about some artificial concrete, this
Right.
geopolymer concrete. It's just, this in this case, it's very hard to prove because these people who are working in all these institutions, they don't have an idea that this is even possible. Now
No.
the time is changing, and some of these people realize, okay, it could be possible, but they would see this all as natural stone.
No. Is any of this geopolymer, crystalline, quartz, whatever it be, does any of it have? Now you would know this. Does any of it have kind of a resonance about it? In other words, is like there's a place called Hampy. Okay, Hampy. The stones there, the stones in Hampy sing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. So does any of
Yeah.
the stones here at the Sea of Stones, does any of it have a resonance about it? Or is it just like the whenever you hit it, it's like just sounds like rock. It doesn't sing, it doesn't vibrate or anything. It's just rock on rock.
No, yeah, this is not so easy to say because when you would try to produce this kind of sound by hitting the stone, it would sound like a rock. It's
Okay.
not like these singing stones, which
Mm-hmm.
you can see. They really produce these high sounds, almost like a bell. But especially in this area, many stones are placed You can see this. We can't even prove this because we have no idea how this would work. But some of these stones are placed only on very small supportive parts, so that the stone itself can vibrate. In my opinion, these stones in my area are vibrating in a very low frequency, so maybe even out of our audible range. But this again is all placed over these crossing points of the energetic grid. And again, sorry, I have to say this so many times. Sometimes people even say, "Yo, what are you talking about?" You constantly say, "We don't know." But this is the truth in my case, that we don't know enough yet about these things, how this is all connected to the rest of our solar system, to the other planets, maybe even to the sun and stuff. We don't know what's going on with these energetical streams. At least we don't know enough.
Right.
But we find so many interesting things, like you've seen this bowls which are inside of the stones,
Right.
always again on very interesting places. And I prefer to work with techniques geomancer would use. We
Gunnar,
also try to, yeah,
the bowl, like you said, the bowls, the round bowls that look carved or whatever. That is not a formality of natural formation. Something had to have done that. Something.
Yeah.
Or somebody, let's just say somebody had to have done that. It's a lot like the cuts within the stones, dude. There's just no doubt in my mind that the concave, from horizontal from horizontal to a square cut or almost a key cut look, that's not a natural formation. You and I both know that.
Yeah. It's just, the problem is when you find some of these stones just laying around, like in this area, completely scattered, you don't really find petroglyphs or anything. It looks like natural rocks. Could you find this little video I sent you today about this resonance chamber I'm working in?
I got it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
could go over it.
because this is the advantage here would be that in underground systems, whenever the stone is worked, or whenever something was carved or made or done, you can see this, because it's still there. Look at this. This is where I'm actually doing the main part of my research right now in this type of resonance chambers. And it's easier here to show this to the people and say, look at this, this is an ancient structure. And I don't need to explain so much, People can see this by themselves, that, okay, this is not a natural rock formation.
No. Take a trip in there real quick from the beginning. This video, it'll rewind a little bit. No, you said this chamber that we're looking at right now, right? You said that it actually describe the feeling that you get when you go into this chamber, as well as how you feel after you like speak and hum and ohm and things like that. Because this is a magnificent structure, bro. Talk about this.
Yeah, this, like I said, this is this resonance chamber. This is actually not directly in this area of the Sea of Stones. This is in my home area, maybe 1 kilometer away from me, and I'm investigating this now since a while, especially in regards of acoustic properties, because this is the most interesting point. Also, when you step inside. All the acoustic qualities you have there. But first, I would also have to say, because you can't see this so good on the video itself, this chamber is actually quite small.
Okay.
It's about 1.20 meters in height, and the diameter would be 1 meter 50, so you can't even stand upright there. And when you're inside it feels great, you know. The
Right.
first the first, I would say, maybe 15, 20 minutes or half an hour it even takes for you to realize where you are, that you calm down. You know these things, Matt, when you want to astral travel, or I also work with guided meditations with some friends of mine inside of this chamber. This is one of the things these chambers were made for. You know, it's easy there to connect to the memory of the quartz crystal, and especially when you make sounds, you very quick you get this impression that this chamber was made for working with sounds,
Mm.
for whatever they did. You know, this is also, we just started really having a closer look onto the frequencies which you can use or should use inside. But this is the most interesting part for me right now, when you are there and you start making sounds, especially with your own voice.
Right.
You can find the reference tone, which really makes this whole chamber vibrate. And then you can add up different frequencies, you know, for whatever you would like to do with it. And we don't know, again, sorry, we don't know what's really possible. You know, there are frequencies for levitation, there are frequencies even dematerializing things in connection with other chambers. Maybe you could even transport not just information, but also dematerialized stuff and rematerialize in the other chamber and stuff like this. And this is what I do right now most of the time, because I have the chance, you know, to enter this cave. It's not to be visited by tourists anymore, because the owners of, there's a house above this chamber actually. It's not laying deep underground. It's maybe 2 meters underground below this old farmhouse, you know. And yeah, this is completely puzzling me. Or this is the main research I do not now, besides this Sea of Stone story. And yeah, you can also, I would say, you can link the videos and the things to the people so that they can have a look, because you
Again.
can't explain these things, you know. It's even not so easy on pictures and video what's going on here. And now with this cave, I'm actually really lucky that I have the chance to work there in peace. You know, we started
Uh,
making acoustic testings. We found already the main reference tone, and this is circling somewhere around this 432 hertz.
mm-hmm.
It's not completely exact. We also found out that to make this chamber really resonate, to make it vibrate, you need to do this with natural sounds. So, like with your own voice, or I would say with ancient instruments, it doesn't really work when you use modern technical stuff. In this original video, you can hear a sound which was actually coming from my telephone. It also sounds nice, you know, it sounds good, but when you are inside, you can listen to some music from a technical device. It's not having the same effect as if you would sit and just sing, you know.
Right.
And when I talk about singing, I also refer to this throat singing, or when you sing overtones, this overtone scale stuff, you know. You can also have a look into this. There's lots of stuff available right now. What this is, you know, this throat singing is like this.
It's really,
You're
really
making this
deep
very low.
toning.
Yeah,
Over. What they call it
like
overtoning. Here.
this would be the higher pitch. This is throat singing, actually, the deep one.
Okay.
And the with the higher tones, this is called overtone singing.
Overtoning.
You can
Okay.
find many videos, even tutorials. It's not so heavy to learn these things. and this is what works best when you
Now,
work with your own voice.
here's the thing. Let me say, Kristen Nickerson says, where is this? This is in Austria. This is where Gunnar's from, is Austria. And here's the thing, Gunnar, there are magnificent structures like this literally all over Gaia, all over this great planet. It's just the thing is you yourself have stumbled upon a friendship with those people whose property that this specific resonance chamber is on. Now, I'm serious. Now, where I'm going with this is there are, I can guarantee you there are chambers like this all over the planet that academia knows about, archaeologists know about, that the general population, it's a need to know basis, and we don't need to know. You know what I'm saying? So going back to the resonance chamber itself, let's just say, have you and Tanya done like have you had her like lay in the other chamber, below the other chamber? What kind of research have you done, Gun?
I didn't do this with Tanya yet, but I did this with a friend of mine, a guided meditation.
Okay.
You might be happy about this now, because this guided meditation leads you to the halls of Amenti.
Oh God.
Back to our friend.
Back to Thoth, bro. Back to Thoth.
Yeah.
Now mind you, he didn't want to do this with his girl in case he done an ohm and vaporized her ass. That's the only reason he's like, done this with a friend. I didn't really give a shit to vaporize. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So okay, you did this meditation. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's very interesting when you do things like this, because whenever you step into anything like this, first, and you know how this works, you do some singing. You, even before with smudging and stuff, you do some clearing. You really settle into the moment, into the place. You do some breathing techniques that you can really nicely step into this meditation. In this case, the guided part of the meditation lasts for almost an hour. So it's very, very, very interesting. And people would have to watch some videos to see how this chamber is made. There's this main chamber, which you could see now with these sections in the wall, which are all for acoustic properties. And then there are two chambers besides, but a little bit lower, a little bit further down.
I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, you can even let this video run through from the beginning, and I just talk, so people can watch a little, because this is impossible to explain this stuff.
So walk us through here. Walk me through here, because this video is not long. It's literally a minute and 20 something seconds long.
Yeah.
Walk me through here. What am I looking at right now?
This would be the entrance part to the chamber, but in the closest area to yourself now in this view, there is even a shaft which would lead to the top. It's closed today. This is where you enter from the cellar of the house, from the basement.
You literally, wait a minute, did you say you entered this chamber through the basement of the house?
Exactly, yeah. You have no access from the outside. And they found this in 1980 while we were doing some repair works in the house itself.
Holy shit, dude.
So long. And then they opened something on the side so that you can enter, because you can't do this from above anymore. And below this chamber, there are two others.
So where you and Tanya stuck the candles back in the back, right?
Yeah, I was there alone. in this moment. I just wanted it to look nice.
Okay. It looks like there's a door or something to the right. Is there a door to the right?
No, there are no. You can just leave it running.
Okay.
There are these 5 sections. They all look almost the same, and then there are 2 additional niches left and right. You can see this now. I will turn to the right, I think, in this video. Yeah, and there are these tubes. These
there
tubes
you go.
are leading down. Here you can also see the scratch marks on the wall from when it was made and stuff.
I'm gonna go back
Yeah.
Okay, so this tube right there. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see if I can.
Yeah,
I can't. That's
let it go a little further. Let it run.
Right there, but that's it. It once you get past it, you zoom out. So, yeah, you zoom out and it goes back. So where does that tube lead to, Gunnar?
It leads downwards around, let's say, 1.40 meters, and below this there is another small chamber, and this is symmetrical. You have this on both sides of the main chamber. There's a tube leading downwards, and connects this to the chambers below. This is where I also position the people, or my friend in this case, for this guided meditation, because I also think that the sound you produce inside of the chamber is amplified and directed downwards to the lower chambers.
Now, Larry, in the chat, we got. I mean, I haven't really read any of the comments. Alexa Jameson in the chat saying, "Oh, that is a sacred oracle." Larry Hawkins chimed in and said that he's thinking that is a water heater chamber. That tube, the tube going down would be a water chamber, like a water heater chamber. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities. We also tend to think about almost everything what would be possible.
Right.
Water in this case, yeah.
No, is it deep?
I didn't really think.
Is it deep? How deep is this chamber? How deep is that tube?
The tube leads 1.40 meters downwards, and then you are on the floor of the lower chamber. And there's no further connection actually, where you could really think that there would be a water flow, any chance to get water inside. I really think that this was taken as hollow space, as resonance room, and like I said, you can really link my videos, also the little description about my theory that this chamber and the sounds which were produced inside in connection with other underground facilities, and if you see these pictures too, you can see on the drawings, on these plan drawings, that this looks like technical stuff. It doesn't look like facilities which people used. There is many people are researching this since several years now, and they don't know what these things were made for.
Right.
In case of this chamber, it's even a little bit easier to find out what this could have been used for, because of these acoustic properties in first place. We also did some measurements. We need to think about sacred geometry in regards of this frequency of 432 hertz, and this is the basic frequency also from the vibration of our planet, and our physical body also would enjoy this much more than this 440 hertz music we are listening to, and especially musicians these days should know about. I don't know, Matt, you and your band, did you already switch to practice in 432 hertz, or are you still playing in this 440 tuning?
No, they're still 440 standard tuned.
Try to change this, Matt. You can even practice a few hours longer, because you're not gonna be tired anymore. You should try this for real.
That goes with what you're saying, do you believe possibly that this resonance chamber was built back whenever, right? Whenever, for sacred healing, things like that. You think?
I think it was used for many different things, like this, what you said before from, sorry, the guy who was talking about this oracle stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was also used for this. I'm just quite sure that we won't find one single explanation what these chambers were made for.
Well, no.
You can do.
Ain't no. I don't believe academiology is going to come waltzing in there and say, "Oh yeah, this is some sacred mythological site," and just shut it down, buy the farm, never to be heard from again. Right? You don't want none of that shit happening. So just keep it wherever, whoever that you're friends with. Yeah, man, just keep it under wrap. You do your own research, because you're going to start doing harmonic resonance frequency. You're going to be studying it, right? You're going to be right. You got to. I know you're. I definitely got to have you back for that one. I also got another video that you shared with me to share with everybody, and that's this one right here. No, not that one. This one right here. And I think this is walking around the Sea of Stones, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
This is also a part which is connected to this area of the Sea of Stones. It's also a little bit further away, but it really shows nicely how the structures on, really, like I said before, almost every hilltop in my home country has structures like this.
Okay.
And this is very nice, short example also, because you can see the structures heavily eroded. This is what also again these officials refer to with their descriptions about the signs of erosion. And it's okay, they can think about this whatever they like. They are just talking about the visible erosion. It's not explaining anything how these structures were, I don't know, made, or how they came to be in first place. You can just see this again. You have these rectangular structures. It looks like a wall. It looks quite similar to some of the things also in Montana, I would say, which you can find also in Russia, Siberia, in Poland, Karelia mountain area. When you step into this a little bit more, there's so much documentation about different sites on the planet.
And they're like huge, dude. These stones are these stones are ungodly huge. I mean, you can see that with just looking at the video, Gun.
Yeah.
They're huge.
This is a very nice structure. This is now I need to find a translation. This bear stone, it is called, and it's also nicely connected to the rest of the area again, via this energetical grid. There are ley lines running through this area which are really connecting all these points. Once you start to think about this, also you can't avoid this. You can't unthink these things. Once you start, it doesn't work anymore. And then you don't listen to this official academic stuff, because they just don't want you to take a closer look. Also geology, they made there are some things you can read about the stones and analysis what type of stone this might be. This is all, at least it's far not enough. We have so many different types of granite out there. I think I know 400 different types of stone. And if you take a look into this official explanation, maybe they made analysis from 5 or 10 different stones. It's not explaining enough. And they actually can't not in my area, not on the rest of the planet, because it's just too much. You would have to analyze every single stone actually.
Have
And
you, Gunnar? Have you tested the tensile strength of these stones at all? The hardness.
there's a nice big variety. Some of them are really hard, especially again in these stone fields. Uh, this is really hard material. We're really talking about diorite,
Right.
very dense material, also smaller crystalline structures, and some others are not so strong. This is also in this video what we've seen now. This type of stone erodes easier, not so easy. It's still granite, but when you go back to the sea of stones, to the stone fields, this stone doesn't erode at all. There you can still see this total sharp edges and stuff because he's so hard. And I don't think that this is cut. These pieces, not in this case. I don't know how this was made. It's many times I think about this artificial concrete stuff, which is part of our research since a few years, and it's getting more and more. It's getting obvious that they were able to make some concrete mix, in different ways, because then it's easier even to explain the variety of difference in the structures.
My mind, dude, I can't wrap my mind around the structures themselves that you've got now your hands on, literally hands on, that it just blows my mind, dude. It does. How did you even stumble onto the sacred chamber, that resonance chamber? How did you even learn about that?
Well, in that case, there was a time, let's say, in the 1980s, where there was more investigation about these underground facilities, and we have many of them. Alone in my home area, we have around 150 underground facilities which are documented, but not everything, not every of these structures are looking like this chamber. There are sometimes really only tunnel systems connecting to other chambers, rectangular chambers. Sometimes these things are even too small, too narrow for humans in our size to use it. But we have many of them, and I'm sure that we didn't even found all of what's there, because sometimes they are situated under houses, and sometimes they are on open field, and sometimes we even find them in forests, where it doesn't make sense at all. We don't really have an idea what they were made for, what they were used for, and who built them, and when, and all this. It's all the same again, and especially here in this area, and also in Europe, like I said in the beginning, there was no investigation from official side in any way, actually, looking deeper into this ancient past.
Well, no,
This is
bro.
what we actually started. Now I'm not alone anymore. I also triggered
Right.
many people, because I also take people for hikings. They're guided tours through the Sea of Stones area, through the Bavarian forest and stuff. And meanwhile, many of them really started opening their eyes, and they even come back to me and they say, I need to show you some pictures what I found. Can you come and have a look and stuff? It's getting more and more. People are interested in this for sure, and I'm sure, especially in my area, everyone can find something. You just need to go out into the forest and open your eye.
Right.
It's incredible what's going on in my area.
What do they tell you, Gunnar? What do the stones tell you? Because you've got a connection with stones a lot like I do. Look around my neck. I've got my clear quartz amethyst. I've got my pyrite, and I've got my Lemurian clear quartz. So stones speak to me, just like they speak to you. What do the stones say to you? What do you get from them?
Hmm. Yeah, actually it's always when people ask me something about this, I would need to explain a little how this is for me. I don't know how it works for other people whenever they make their own experiences. It's not, in my case, it's not that these stones are telling me stories. It's just when you're around some of these stones, or especially inside of this chamber, some thought chains might pop out, some feelings might occur, and inner pictures. It's not like they are not telling you a story, because they especially with the quartz and the energy field around these areas, it reacts with with
Mm,
your programming, maybe
right.
even down to the programming of your DNA, but especially to your thought programming, your expectations, your inner pictures, your dreams, also your fears, your dark side, your light side. It can trigger so many things. You can't say what's going on, but there are these maybe pictures popping out. Maybe you can really see a little, let's say, movie in front of your inner eye. But most of the time, it's very, very strongly connected to feelings, to emotion, and yeah, you see, it's even hard to explain that. Uh, in my case, I can't just say, "Yo, these stones are telling me stories," because this sounds weird,
Yeah.
and it's not what's happening actually. It's just you have, especially when you are there alone, without
Mm,
other people. Uh, you calm down. You need to walk for a while through the forest, and this is one of the parts which is okay on one side, very beneficial for people, and it takes your normal thought chains a little bit away. You need to learn this somehow, to open your eyes and interrupt your own thought process actively, and then some other things pop in, and like I said, it's always connected to you, also to where you are on your own path.
right.
You will only get kind of information which fits to you, with which you can work and what you can handle. No, there's nothing's coming from any kind of, I don't know, information, which what you could not work with. You know, it's always connected to you, and I really like when I can bring people out on the field and give them the chance to make their own experiences. Also in this chamber, I just don't take many people inside of this chamber, because I would like to keep this a little bit free now for my research.
Right.
But I do this outside. I do this a lot, at least twice, 3 times a month. I'm going on guided hikings with people to bring them to different places. And I'm not showing them around. I'm not telling them what I think. I would like that they calm down, and after an hour or so, they start telling me stories. And this is even more interesting for me because I know my own stories. I would like to hear the stories from other people, what the stones say, or what the tree says, or what happens inside of them when they are out in the forest,
Right.
close to these stone structures. This is what is more interesting for me because I learn a lot from their stories.
Right.
I can't keep my focus on everything. I can just focus on some things. It's kind of the same. My programming, my expectations, what I'm working on, I don't see everything. These people sometimes they can even open my eyes to it something. Also, like in these podcasts, when you have conversations with other people, it's about the questions they ask you. Sometimes it's not so easy to answer these questions, but it triggers new thought chains inside of myself also. It keeps me going. And I really like this when I can see that these people are happy because they have some, let's say, new experiences for themselves. This is what I really like. And now you're okay. Now I have
Gu-
lots of work in this
Over
in this
here, Gunnar.
chamber with the testing.
I got uh, got some activity here in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
One of our guys is like, it almost feels to him looking at this like he's been there in another life.
Yeah.
We don't really possibility. Who the hell knows? And then Mr. Andy Cassidy asked, what kind of feeling, if anything, did you have rise up inside of you, or you felt whenever you seen and interacted with this specific structure? We're talking about the resonance chamber. The feeling, you know, like I was talking about the stones speak to me and you. Any feeling that you got whenever you entered this, you know, like Alexa said, this sacred spot, this does it feel sacred to you?
Oh yes.
All right. So you obviously had some feeling. What was, describe this feeling walking into that site?
It's inside of this chamber. It's even more intense than what I would feel when I'm out on the field. You know, when I'm close to a stone, it's different, because in this chamber you're really surrounded by quartz crystal, and we know quartz crystal has the ability to store information. And in this case, when it comes to old structures, there is lots of information stored inside stone from I don't know how many thousand years back in time. And again, it's the same. It's connected to you, and then you really have nice and interesting feelings. And in my case, I never felt some fear. You know, I never felt uncomfortable. You also somehow have to like this. You know, in narrow places, not everyone likes this, but inside there, especially when I'm there alone again, and I take my time and do some singing, you know, not much actually. It's just a little humming, you know, just sit and until you find the exact tone which makes this stuff vibrate, and then it doesn't really take long, and you are taken back to old days.
Meaning what?
Yeah, you can't actually explain this again, you know. It just feels like really old times. You know, you're taken out of our normal timeline, and sometimes it's also for me this kind of feeling that like I've been there before, or you know, something like this. It's it's just always the same. It's not so easy to explain your own feelings, because sometimes this is overwhelming. You really have to let this settle in your mind for days, what kind of feelings you have, you know. But inside of the chamber it's great. You really, at least I feel really great, and everyone who was there with me said the same, you know. And you also need to give time to the people when you go with them. I say, come on, now you have a look, you're here for the first time, choose a place, sit down, relax, and listen inside. And sometimes it's even very private, you know. I don't poke on them and say explain and tell me everything, because it's a very personal process. And this is again a hint for me what these chambers were made for.
Resonance, awakening, spiritual connection with the universe, right?
Exactly.
Gunnar, let me ask you this: when it comes to you described that during the meditation, right, it took you back to Thoth the Atlantean, back to the original foundational days of who we are as a being, right?
Mm-hmm.
The connection that you said, the halls of Amenti, taking you back to Thoth. Describe that. Describe that, because that right there is like click. My whenever you said Thoth the Atlantean, I'm like, ding 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 ding. My bells and whistles went over my head. I mean, I want to know more about that. Like how in the hell you got that connection during a meditation? Take us through that.
Yeah, especially with you, when I talk about this topic, it's quite easy because we had our experiences, what we've been through talking about these topics, and especially Thoth or Hermes, whomever, however you want to call him. And this is again part of what we are into since a very long time is this hermetic stuff, you know. So it's time of my it's part of my programming. It's part of my thought chains. It's part of my spiritual connection, if you like to say it that way. And therefore, it's easier for us to connect with this entity. And we talked a lot about him. I told you my thoughts about him and the guy we know as Lucifer. We've been talking about this. So for me, he's an entity who contains both sides of the spectrum, the light and the dark side. And this is something very important inside of these chambers. And again, when it comes to yourself, you will meet your dark side and your bright side there. You can't avoid this. You can't deny your shadow side. People tend to have a look on the light and everything. This story is about this little bit too much of light workers. This chamber guides you. I won't say it forces you, but actually she does. She's very powerful. But she guides you softly, and she brings you in connection with your usual spiritual guidance. And again, like I said, it's connected to you. So for you and me, it's easier to connect to Thoth because we know that he was involved in many, many, many things in regard of this. And somehow I get this impression that, I don't know how, but he was also involved in this. I did so much research also about languages and stuff, German language and how this was created. And again, I found out that he might be the one, And there's so much to say about these things. We could sit and talk for hours. Why I feel connected back to him also. It's not just this, but since I'm in this hermetic stuff since many years now, like you too, and we did our own astral travels, and meditation and stuff. So we have our own approach to these things. And then it's easy when you know what you are searching for. You can find it easier there. When you know what you can focus or what you want to focus on, it's far easier to do this inside of this chamber. You can even, let's say, if you want to make connection to your spiritual guides, it's easier inside of this chamber because this is one of the things these chambers were made for. This is my opinion.
Okay.
And this is also the feedback from people, what they tell me after I was there with them, especially after one of these guided meditations, because it's a powerful meditation, and
Sure.
in first place, and then I can learn again from the pictures they saw, the feelings they had,
Right.
This is really important for me. It's not about me, the whole story is not about me, guys, it's not
About
me,
humanity.
it's about all of us, and I'm just lucky that I can do my work there with these things and in peace,
Gotta admit,
So-
you've been given a gift. You've definitely been given a gift of hey Gunnar, come up here and share your experience into this resonance chamber, especially with your knowledge, because again, you and I have both. We are considered digital archaeologists, okay? And I'm telling you, I've had a ton of people tell me that's what we are, as digital archaeologists, especially whenever we go digging online and connecting the dots and whatnot around the world to these ancient megalithic structures. You are in a formality of your own little archaeology. You know that, right? But you have got a gift that was like literally handed to you. Come check this out. And oh my God, dude. Wow. To have something like this fall in your lap. Dude, that's a gift. That is a gift from the universe saying, check this out, feel it, share your experiences with everybody. And I'm telling you, that right there is awesome to have you like describe whenever you're in there that you've got a connection with the ancients. You've got a connection with the universe. You've got a connection and a oneness. Like Jameson just dropped in the chat. Bro, there is no coincidence, okay, that this was just dropped in your lap.
You know,
No doubt.
sometimes when I'm asked about these things, since I learned that it is not my ego which is standing up front, sometimes I don't really enjoy so much in talking about these things, you know, because I explain it my way, and I don't want that this sounds like I'm egoistic or anything, but I know that there is a reason why this was brought to me, you know, because I really, at least I really take care to handle this in a good way, you know. I don't want to bring more bullshit on the table,
Right.
because we have enough already on this planet, and I don't want that people think, oh, this guy thinks he's something special, because I think we are all special.
We are all special. Yeah, I've had to fight that for the last month. The ego. Oh my God, bro. I'm like, look, I'm not.
The story's not over yet.
Oh, dude. I try not to be egotistical. I try to be very humble and let everybody have the platform. This is your platform. So ego bruising, dude, I'm like, what have I done wrong, dude?
We will always have to face this, because this is part of our experience now, you know, to not like kill your ego, what some people say. Nah, make
Right.
it your friend, you know, make it your servant, you know, because we will need it. You need to defend yourself, you know, in this world, and if you don't have an ego, you won't defend yourself. So it's not the best
True.
to get rid of your ego. It's just, you know, get to know, you know, again, thyself, because it's
Right.
part of you. You can't deny it. You can't
Right.
fool yourself. There are parts inside of you which are not so bright yet in every one of us. It's okay, you know. It's okay. We need it, and it's nice to work with it, you know. And if you can like push it aside a little sometimes and just talk freely, it's getting easier. And here you can see on the picture the pyramid of Visoko, you know.
I'm gonna show that right now, my boy.
Yeah. This is where many things also started to really take the stuff out of me, because I was there 2012, and it's again, you know, I don't care what people say about it and what they think about it. I don't care what Mr. Sam Osmanagic is doing down there, because I don't trust him fully. And
Right.
it's about my own experience, you know. It is about what happened to me when I was there, the
Right.
pictures that popped out inside of me, and I can't explain this, because no one would understand, because it's part of my path, you know. But this was 2012.
That is not a natural formation, okay? That is not a natural formation.
No,
No.
really not.
Hell no. It's like Dr. Zahi Hawass saying, I'm sorry, we don't have any underground chambers within the Sphinx or any underground chambers within the plateau of the Giza Plateau. Come on, man. That is clearly a pyramid. Pyro in the middle, fire in the middle. There's definitely life in the middle of that mountain, bro. Hands down, you cannot deny it.
It's a very, very, very special place. I can just, okay, for you guys, it might be a little bit far away, like South America is far away from me. But in my case, this is like 700 kilometers. I can even go there for a longer weekend, you know.
Right.
And I can only recommend, if you have the chance, go there, go to any of these real great places, but step aside from the normal tourists guided trips and stuff. Try to find your own time there, and see what happens.
Gunnar, I'm gonna
This is all I can say.
I'm gonna drop in the Matrix Minds chat I just dropped
this.
your profile, your Facebook social media profile. I dropped it in the chat for everybody to friend you, to do, if they want to do some more digging, research with you, they can do that. I dropped that link down below in the chat. Please, I'm serious. Gunnar's a great guy. I've known this man for years. We've done, like I said, a lot of archaeological online research together. I love this dude.
Do you remember this, Matt, when you were like guiding me through this meditation with Anna back then? Do you remember this when I was like almost drifting off, or did you forget about this story?
I don't remember.
We really had nice times.
I was guiding you through which meditation?
It was not. It was not your intention back then. We were reading some of these tablets, those tablets. I think we were working on this, and I started drifting off, and also when you popped in a conversation and you just started talking, and I recorded this, I wrote it down, your, let's say, channeling that happened.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I still have it. I still have it. It was great. No, you couldn't even understand what this guy was talking about. And he didn't remember anything. He came in, he popped in the conversation, and he was talking for 20 minutes, and then he said, "Oh guys, I have to quit. I'm tired. I'm off." Zack, he was gone. On the next day, I asked him. He had no idea what he was talking about.
Me.
So we had really great times already, Matt, and it was also again, it's a great time today. It's 5:00 in the morning here on my side.
Right.
I might look a little tired because I just woke up a few minutes before 4:00.
It's all right.
It's around 10 your side. But it's okay. It's great.
I'm going to also share with everybody, Gun. I want to share with them the experience here on Facebook as well. You and Tanya's got a Facebook page, workshops and seminars. So I'm going to drop that in the chat so everybody can see that as well.
I also created a second one now, a little bit more for my research. I don't know if you also have this already, but people, just you connect with me on Facebook, and the rest is easy.
Right.
I still like this tool, I still like Facebook for especially keeping connections to the people worldwide, because I like this. I like conversations, and I'm also lucky in this case. Some of you might know Klaus Dohner. He's a very good friend of mine, and we are in constant contact. And now, a few weeks ago, I had this idea of to create a meeting for some researchers, alternative researchers here in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
And Klaus will also be part of it. And this is going to happen in May. Okay, most of you guys can't take part because of the distance, and the second point would be it's going to be in German. But it doesn't matter, it's rolling. Who knows? Maybe one day we can make a nice meeting in your country.
Well, you can always live stream it here to the Matrix. You can always live stream it here, and we'll simulcast it to the Tanya experience. We could do that. We have got the technology, Gunnar. We can do this. We can take your experiences here, okay? And we can definitely share them with the world. So, again, your knowledge, I have literally watched you grow as a soul. I'm serious, and it has been a journey with you, and I appreciate you, and I love you with all my heart for doing that and letting me take that journey with you. I mean, I remember you being a single guy, and the world just shit on Gunnar, and I mean, I'm being there with you, going, dude, it's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I literally have watched. We've been through a lot of shit together. So to see where you're at now, dude, bless your heart, man. I'm glad you are where you are, and with who you are with, and how she puts up with your stubborn ass. I have no idea. But you guys are a great fit, dude. You guys are a great fit together. And I see you guys taking many journeys together and sharing them with the world, bro.
Yeah, you know, we also met first time 2012 in Bosnia, on the Sun Pyramid. So I can't escape. I'm caught in the web. It's not my
Wow.
fault, you know. It's easy to say because I'm not responsible for it. This is stuff that happens to me. It's nice.
Steve Nolan says you and Tanya are twin flames, bro. That's your
Oh yeah,
twin flame. Oh boy. Fire in the hole. Watch out. Watch out for them twin flames, Gun. No, she's
yeah.
fire, bro.
I
She
wish
keeps you on your toes, don't she?
I wish a story like this for all of you. You know, everyone
Yeah.
should have a story. You know, to tell. You know, good. There's always bad stuff in everyone's stories, and you know this, Matt. It's now what 10 years or more since we know each other,
It's been a minute, bro.
and
It's been a
yeah,
good decade.
I've been through things, especially in the beginning when we met. It was really dark at times. Now the time's getting better.
Do you see this
You know,
comment I'm pointing at? Can you see that comment? Matt, is Gunnar one of the first ones that I started out with when digging? No, no. I was doing my own digital archaeology on my own
yeah,
a lot longer than I've known Gunnar. And here's the kicker. Gunnar has also been doing his own digital archaeology and his own workshop. You know, not I can't even say workshop because that's new, but he's definitely been doing his own research and digging prior to knowing me. So whenever he and I met a decade ago and started bringing our research together, it literally just he's had the opportunity to go like literally hands-on, boots on the ground, dig into this kind of stuff. I mean, I have not had that opportunity. So yeah, no, I mean, it's Gunnar. I'd say you and I definitely have been doing this together a long time. But firstly,
yeah.
no, no
What also connects us is the music. You know,
music.
we're
Yeah,
both drummers. Yeah, we're both into music, like many other people who are interested in this kind of research. So many of us have musical background, and this is what also connects you. You know, because you have a different understanding about some things,
right.
and yeah, you can see this here. There are some of my babies hanging around here. Actually, it's six of them right now in this room, and my shamanic drum is also hanging there. But she's sad. She's waiting that I do something with her again. You know, yeah, it's like
Have
it
you
is.
ever have you ever taken the drum? Have you ever taken the drum or the acoustic into the resonance chamber? Have you ever taken
Not
No.
not yet, not yet. Now I took my
Ooh.
jaw drum, this this
Right.
mouth harp,
Right.
and tried. Yeah, the drum will come. The guitar will also come because I intend to record some of my songs there because the acoustic is so nice there. I would like to have this sound, but this is what I'm gonna do with a friend of mine when it comes to the recording because he's a little bit better in this than I with this technical equipment. Daniel is really great. He's also the guy in all of my videos. But if the music is not mine, it's from Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
He's really doing great stuff. Really great friend of mine, great musician, plays many different instruments, and he's a very good soul, very nice. Yeah, this is I started this Tagu experience years ago. I think this is also somehow how we met. It's years now since I started this project for connecting uh, different researchers on the planet. It's just a platform for them to meet on common ground with other people.
Cool.
And now it's like 65 people in the team. I would say worldwide. It's growing. It's nice. Really, lots of great people. Richard Gabriel, for example, because we were talking about Giza pyramid and what's going on underground. There's gonna be good news soon. I hope. I can't say much now, but there's really great stuff going on on the Giza Plateau and around
Yeah.
the official research. Yeah, there's really great stuff ahead. These people are also doing great jobs since more than 30 years investigating underground of the Giza Plateau, and this is incredible what he told me. I'm really looking forward when we can publish all this stuff. This is gonna be a real bomb.
In time. Alexa
Won't
Jameson.
take long.
Right. Alexa Jameson in the chat says, "Look for some hieroglyphics, Gun." I can tell you this. Check this out, Alexa. I'm gonna show a picture right real quick, Gunnar, and that is I think it's right here. No, it's not that one. Maybe it's this one. No, this one right here. This picture right here. Now the picture to the left, right? The picture to the left was one of the pictures that you sent me, and I'm like, yo, Gunnar, look at the massive ass stones above your head, the same little chisel marks, tooth marks that were on them stones. Remember, I'm like, dude, those are all over the planet. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like whatever. Even in that resonance chamber that you're like, you seen chisel marks, you seen tool marks. I'm telling you that there is a significance. There is no coincidence. It is the same tooling that made all of these megalithic structures, hands down, made that resonance chamber that you just happen to be given a gift of. I'm telling you right now, just hear me out. I know you're saying you're whacked, Matt, but look, I'm saying that there is no coincidence. Those same little claw marks, look for that. Look for the claw marks, okay? Telling you, look for the claw marks, Gun, because those are all over the blocks of Egypt, all over the blocks in Honduras, in Guatemala, Göbekli Tepe. They're everywhere. This is a sign of high technology, okay? Telling you. Laser precision, baby. This shit is not a coincidence.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's really great, actually, what's going on right now in these times, especially the last few years, because we on the whole planet, we find out more and more, and everything fits together.
It definitely
all
does.
The stories fits together. It's just it will take few more years, to really step deeper into investigations and documenting the things we can find. But I can just recommend this to everyone. Go out in the forests, take your camera or leave it, whatever you like. Go and find your own stuff. You will find something. I'm sure about this. This stuff is everywhere, and once you open your eyes, you can see it, and you will find it. Everyone will find something, and then just share it with the world. Share it with Matt. Share it with me. We can have chats. We can talk online. We can spread this information. We can talk about what we think. And it's one of the best things for me is working together with like-minded people. I'm not this, I would like to maybe once in a while create a job out of this so that I'm free from working for a company, but up to now it's still a hobby, so like most of us, we are just private researchers,
right?
And we do this in our spare time, and you can see I don't get much sleep. Matt knows me, like said, since years now. He knows that I'm actually not really sleeping. I had this nap you recommended before the talk today. It was 2 hours. Otherwise you wouldn't talk with me, Mom.
Go to bed. I'm telling you, dude, I texted him at 6:00 in the evening, and I'm like, at his time, this is like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, Gunnar, you are in bed, right? Hopefully you're in bed and you're not going to see this message. And Oh, hell no. He's like, bang. He's right there. I'm like, dude, you got to take a nap. We're going to do an hour and a half show. So, yeah, we are an hour and a half into the broadcast. Gunnar, I'm going to tell you right now, it's been a fascinating discussion with you, especially live.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for this. I have been waiting for this for years to have you on the broadcast to literally share with the world what is like literally presented to you to share with everybody. And so I thank you for this opportunity. We all do. Everybody in here, we do.
Yeah, I have to say thanks for the opportunity to talk to you. You know, I did several podcasts actually the last time, many of them in German, but also some in I can send you this link. I was with Dustin because a friend of mine here is making this podcast in Germany, and he has a friend, Dustin, in what was it, Minnesota, I think.
Minnesota, right.
Yeah, and Dustin is also great, nice stuff, nice podcasts, nice people, and the story is growing, and this will continue. You know, there will be more and more. You know, and yeah, like I said, you can contact me on Facebook and take a look at what I do and take a look at what my friends are doing. It's really it's super interesting.
Everybody in the Facebook chat. Shout out to everybody on YouTube as well. We're also streaming to Twitch, I do believe. So shout out to everybody on Twitch. They're on YouTube, as well as check it out. XM Satellite coming to you global. Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Alexa, XM Satellite, you name it, man. Shout out to everybody there who's paid attention to what Gunnar has had to say. Like he said, these things, these structures and these megalithic stones, they're possibly in our backyard. So just do some digging, do your own research. And if anybody's got any information that they'd like to share with Gunnar, again, he's really easy to get a hold of. Check out into the description of the chat. I will re-edit this broadcast description, Gunnar, and link your social media to the broadcast,
yeah,
to where everybody can get a hold of you specifically. And again, I appreciate you for being with me, bro. I really do. Nobody comes onto the broadcast without saying something positive to everybody in humanity, globalistically. So this is your time. You got it. Say something positive to everybody around the globe, my friend. I will cut you loose. Again, thank you for being with me.
Yeah, thank you for this. What should I say? Morning, evening? I'm gonna make myself coffee now. You know, I'm not gonna go back to sleep, but I wish all of you a nice night, because now you're heading towards midnight, I would say. And thanks for joining. And if you want to contact me, we'll stay in contact. There will be more stuff upcoming, more of our research, of my research, of the Tiger Experience team. I wish you all a great time. Take care and be safe. You know, it's not easy this time on the planet.
Gunnar,
have a great time.
Peace out to you. Again, much love to you, Tanya. Love, and we appreciate you for being with us. Gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again. Hear me?
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yes we will. You'll find out some more about the resonance frequency chamber. You're gonna get some more stuff into that one. So again, take care of yourself. I appreciate you for being with me. All right.
Okay, and
All
now,
right.
Matt, take a nap.
No, bro, I'm up. I got to process out of you. Good night to you, buddy. We'll talk to you later. All right, everybody. Mr. Gunnar Hiptmair was with us for last hour and a half, my friends. I appreciate that, dude. I really do. I love this dude. We both do a lot of archaeology, digital archaeology digging together. We go back, oh my God, every bit of 10, 12 years, something like that. It's been a long time, a long journey. I've watched him grow into something just, man, it's amazing whenever you get a connection, right? You get a connection with these other soul beings that especially are into the things that you're into, like stones, stones that speak to you, right? My clear quartz crystals and my amethysts and stuff, the things I sell to you guys, to help support the show. It's asked about, how do I support the show? donations and selling crystals to you. I also do some side work to where I can help pay my own bills, but primarily take donations to help support the broadcast. Gunnar, Hiptmair, when ancient stones speak. I hope you guys enjoyed this Friday night with me. Indeed, it was absolutely amazing. I love talking. I love talking ancient civilization, ancient stones, sacred sites, you name it. Because again, they're all over the planet. They're all over the planet. There's things that like Gunnar said, they don't want you to know that these stones, these formations, these megalithic structures, these sites, they're all pinpointed on the bloodline, the lifeline of Gaia. Okay, you may hear me make fun of planet Dirt. We all live on. Welcome to planet Dirt. But the thing is, it may be planet Dirt, but she's got a name. She's got a frequency. She harmonizes. She frequency with us. Okay, this is a living entity. You ain't feeling very good? Go outside, take your shoes off, and ground yourself. Okay. There's connection with the planet and you. I mean, Nikola Tesla goes back and says, there's free energy all around us. All you got to do is one little wire, just stick it in the ground, and you've got all of these electrically charged ions all over the planet, all over the place. Free energies all around us. But there are those that don't want you to have it. so what do you say to that, right? One day soon, that's gonna be gone, man. They can't bury these things for much longer. So again, man, it's coming at you. It's coming at you. This matrix is folding, and people are waking up. And it really doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you're on, whether you're on the political side of the spectrum or you're on the spiritualistic. The spiritualistic journey, the way I see it now, after my ego bruising, those on the political side of the spectrum are waking up to a holy shit, my world's like that. Yeah, man, your world is pretty screwed up. And then they get to digging into that and they're like, oh my God, these guys are doing sacred ceremonies and they're doing ritualistic satanic Whoa, bro. It's like, right? It's like taking a damn trip with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but yet it ain't excellent, man. The shit's real. Then you come over here to the spiritual side, the esoteric side of things, and you really take a rabbit hole adventure. Because, yeah, man, these things are connected. The matrix around you, the formality of where you're at, what you're at, where you're doing, why you're here, it's like that guy from the Roger Rabbit, where he gets the shit dumped on him and his like eyes are bulging out and he's like wow, he's like flipping out, right? Whenever you take a trip down one rabbit hole, that's enough. But whenever you get hit hell bent with wow, my entire world was a fucking lie, right? That is overkill. That is completely overkill. So tonight we took a trip with Gunnar into a sacred site, into a resonance frequency chamber where these things speak. These chambers speak multitudes of ancient civilization. They're right there in front of our faces, man. This one, the one that Gunnar just happened to walk in on, was in the basement of an old farmhouse. What? Yeah, man, you can't make this shit up. It's right in front of your face, and it could be buried in your neighbor's backyard or buried in your next door neighbor's basement. I'm not kidding. Not kidding at all. This one here that Gunnar knows about, this one epidemiology, archaeology knows nothing about. Let's keep it that way. In fact, if you happen to be tuning in and you're part of epidemiology or whatever, look, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, this dude will probably beat the brakes off of you. Mind your own damn business. Go, you know what I'm saying? We're here to he's here to show you ancient sacred truth, resonant truth, and it's really literally right in front of your faces. Mine, everybody's on this planet. Indeed, you can't hide it. The matrix is folding. Like I said, the matrix is folding. Political side, metaphysical side, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's coming down. If you're waking up humanity, you're doing a good thing. You're doing a good thing. One way or the other, they will reach the point of vibrational frequency that they need to be. I had to swallow that pill. That regardless of where the hell they're at, wherever they're at in this game of things, this matrix of things, it doesn't matter. Okay? If these people, whether they be non-playable characters, whether they be whatever, friends, loved ones, we cannot force the hand of the universe to deliver what they need. Okay? In their own due time, it's going to happen. So whether it be waking up to the political spectrum, waking up to the metaphysical spectrum, either one, wherever you're at, you need to be there. You need to be where you need to be when you need to be there. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late. You're going to be where you need to be when you need to be there. So if you are part of this broadcast, hands down, I love you. I appreciate you for listening to us for the last 2 hours. In the meantime, question everything, Brainiacs. That's what we do here. Everything exclusively your own reality, my friends. Welcome to the Matrix Minds. Until next Monday, I hope you enjoy your weekend. Be safe to one another, as well as you, your own self. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch you here next week. Be good. Check it out. Crank it up, Brainiacs. On your way out of here. We'll see you next week. Yeah, Brainiacs. Crank it up, baby. Peace out. Yeah. Let's do this. One of the fastest growing talk shows on the internet. Radio show. Welcome aboard the Matrix Minds. One of the most controversial conspiratorial shows on the internet. The Matrix Minds. And that's right. Buckle up, everybody. Let's go. Paranormal, huh? Conspiracy, huh? Ufology, hidden Egyptology, and anything and everything we can get our hands on. Let's go. Welcome aboard. The Matrix Minds. The Matrix Minds. Show.
You take the blue pills, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole is. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage. Every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again. Check it out, Brainiacs. Look at that. Absolutely masculinity, badass power. Yeah. That right there within the soul is what they're afraid of, is the power within you. All you're looking at right there is just an example. You got that same badass power deep within your heart, deep within your soul. Absolutely amazing power. Ground that shit, combined it, masculinity with femininity. Yeah, man. Absolutely unstoppable, badass power. Coming at you. No doubt about it. Gotta love it. You see, they cannot beat a house that is together. That's right, strong in unity, not divided. That's what they want to do these days, Brains. You know that as well as I do. They want to break up the masculinity and the feminine energy because together it is unstoppable, unmovable, unshakable. You got this, Brainiacs. Don't forget. Please don't forget. Have fun with your reality. Play with it. It's malleable. It is the clay in which you form creation. Always don't forget to have fun, Brains. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Good night. Enjoy yourselves.